The highly anticipated iPhone 12 Pro is here, and this year, Apple says it's bigger and faster than the 11 Pro. With 5G technology and the new Bionic A14 chip, the iPhone 12 Pro is said to be much faster than the iPhone 11 Pro by a significant amount. Not stopping there, Apple also made some major upgrades to the camera, which includes night mode for all cameras. The main question is it better? Let's find out. The iPhone 12 Pro's triple camera system has stayed mostly the same with some major improvements. The ultra-wide camera and telephoto camera has no changes from the iPhone 11 Pro. There are still 12 megapixel cameras with an f2.4 aperture for the ultra-wide and an f2.0 aperture with built-in stabilization for the telephoto. However, the iPhone 12 Pro has night mode available for all cameras now, meaning the ultra-wide and telephoto camera will capture better nighttime photos compared to the 11 Pro. The wide camera on the 12 Pro is what received the biggest update. It comes in with a 12 megapixel f1.6 camera compared to the f1.8 camera of the 11 Pros. Finally, all focal lengths have stayed the same. Okay, let's jump into the comparisons. In this first picture, the first thing we notice is the color science of the 12 Pro has been improved. The 12 outputs a more neutral feel, while the 11 Pro has more of a blue and green tint in its images. The contrast in the 12 Pro also looks to be more softer, which in my opinion looks better. Dynamic range and sharpness looks to be similar, although I would say the 12 has a very slight improvement over the 11. We found similar things in this next picture indoors. The 12 Pro manages shadows better and produces a more natural image while maintaining the sharpness that we all love on our iPhones. On paper, the camera seems to be the same on the 11 Pro and the 12 Pro. However, we believe the software side plays a big role and an improvement for the 12. Now for video. This one was a little tough because we didn't find too much of a difference. We do know that the video from the 12 Pro is now a 10-bit codec, so this would play the biggest difference in post-production. So let's throw an edit on it. Although they both look similar, you can see the 12 Pro footage holds deeper colors, especially in the greens. Next, the wide-angle lens. This is where we see more of a difference. The 12 Pro again produces more accurate colors but exposes the overall image better. Dynamic range and sharpness is about the same, with a slight advantage for the 12 Pro. Although the images are pretty similar, we would say the 12 Pro has a better image than the 11 Pro. This is another example of the wide-angle lens with similar results as the first photo. The way the 12 Pro manages shadows is just better and outputs a better photo in our eyes. We know that the wide-angle lens on the 12 Pro has a wider aperture than the 11 Pro, so we wanted to see the difference, especially in the bokeh. There are very slight differences, but we did find a few. The bokeh on the 12 Pro is more pleasant, and again, the 12 exposes the image a lot better. Our findings on color, sharpness, and dynamic range is about the same here as well. For video, we found similar results like the ultra-wide. This time, we're still seeing the 12 Pro exposing shadows a little bit better and has a slight advantage for exposure. Other than that, again, they're very close. Finally, the telephoto lens. We honestly didn't find too much of a difference between the two images. Aside from the color, again, both images look almost identical compared to the other images on the other lenses. Again, the 12 Pro produces a more neutral look. We also wanted to see how the telephotos would do in portraits. We found that the 12 Pro produces more accurate colors on the face, especially compared to the 11 Pro. Both images are still sharp with a slight edge on the 12 Pro. And now video. The same thing goes here as well with the telephoto camera. Again, there isn't much of a difference in the video quality between the two telephoto cameras. There doesn't seem to be too much of a difference from straight out of the phone or edited. The iPhone 12 Pro is definitely an upgrade from the 11 Pro, but is it a big leap? We think that they're very close cameras with minor differences that may not be super obvious or noticeable. Because the 12 Pro has night mode for all cameras, it is a more complete phone for anyone. However, the 11 Pro still delivers photos and videos that is still excellent. Also, the 11 Pro has night mode for the wide camera, which is the most used lens on any iPhone anyway. So the question is, should you upgrade your phone to the 12 Pro? We say yes if you have an iPhone XS or XR or below. It's worth it. If you have an 11 Pro, we think you'll be fine until the next generation. However, if you do care about the photos or videos, then go for it. Like we said, the 12 Pro feels like a complete mobile powerhouse. Like this video and subscribe and tune in for the next one. We'll be doing a low light comparison between the 12 Pro and 11 Pro next.